Have fun.
Thanks.
Waters.
Da-da-da.
Put the waters right there.
Sweet.
Thanks.
Sweet. Don't take off the hat. Oh, I was saying he should not take off the
No,
hat.
it's messy. It's under a hat right now. Just watch my head. Wait, are you gonna leave? I'm gonna.
Does this look bad when I face like this, crossing my legs?
No, you look
that
good.
okay?
You look like intellectual.
Oh, okay. A
You need
little
like a
gay's
nice.
okay.
You need like a pipe.
I just added like what 3% more audience. A little gay.
Ooh, yeah, nice. This is awkward.
Just us.
All right. Good to
Feel
go.
like naked in here.
I know.
Without him.
All right, guys, welcome back to the MMA Weekly podcast. We're missing one host today because he apparently is undergoing some serious, I don't know what we can say on camera, but a serious illness. Hopefully, he'll be back next week. In the meantime, me, myself, PJ, Overt, Flo, and Scott, the owner of
Peterson.
MMA Weekly.
Thank you.
So today, we don't have a ton of like upcoming fight news, I think, but we do have a lot of like highlights from crazy bits over the weekend.
It's been a good week.
It's been good. I think that everything that we've seen, everything I've seen from MMA Weekly, everything we put out on Happy Punch has been doing numbers because it's all been like just crazy antics from Conor McGregor, the BKFC, KSI. All these guys have been doing some crazy stuff. So we got an exciting episode for you this week. A lot of interesting clips that you guys are going to love. So please subscribe, drop a like, and follow us everywhere. And I guess without further ado, let's hop into the first topic.
The first one. Oh, by the way, how do you like the Roman Spartan helmet?
I'm loving this. It's giving me old school UFC vibes.
Look at this.
And this is a real one.
It's real metal. heavy.
Who wore this? Achilles.
I think it was his.
It was Achilles. Yes.
I snuck into a museum. They weren't looking.
Good.
And put it under my
And
hoodie.
you put it on, and they're like, that's him.
Yeah,
There he
because
is.
I do have Greek blood.
Okay.
So it matches.
So ancestrally, it's yours.
Ancestral, but just a little bit through my mom. I'm mostly Viking.
Okay.
So,
but you still earned this through right.
A little bit, yeah.
I like that. I actually love the problem. It gives me old school UFC vibes. Best intro of all time, and I like how they played back to it at the Noche UFC. They did like that crazy intro. I love that old school UFC intro with the gladiator walking out and all that stuff was like my favorite. So this is perfect.
So the first one up is Alex Pereira's sister.
Oh, this is amazing. So if you guys don't know, Alex Pereira has a sister who is apparently equally as devastating with the left hand. I actually have not seen any of these clips yet. I had a wild week myself. I can't announce anything yet, but something crazy has happened in my life. And so I've missed out on everything. So this is my honest, genuine reaction to everything. You know, a little played up maybe for the camera because I'm excited to be here and excited about life. But let's do it.
Here we go.
Karate Combat debut. Ooh. Big shots in the stoppage. Nice. Oh, that must feel good.
Wow, it's in the family.
Oh, man, I love that. That's beautiful to see. I love that. So the closest I have to that is my sister does jiu-jitsu, and she competed at her first tournament a couple years ago.
Oh.
And she took third, which is good. You know, I think that she won one and lost two. But it's good to see your family and good to see people you love doing something crazy. Like, that's got to be such a proud moment for Alex, too. And then, obviously, left hook is what Alex is known for. Obviously, it runs in the blood.
Yeah. When did your sister get it through you? Did she start because of you?
Yeah, so she started because of me. I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and she's a blue belt. And she started doing it when I had first started, and then she stopped for a long time. And then one of her ex-boyfriends did jiu-jitsu as well, so she started training with him. And now it's something that she's very proud of. So I'm proud of her, and I am also excited to see that Alex and his sister, what's his sister's name, Aline? Aline, I think. Congrats to you, Aline Pereira.
Yeah,
good job on the win.
Very solid.
Let's see
I
this
mean,
again.
maybe we'll see her coming to the UFC.
Yeah, that'd be
I
awesome.
mean,
Karate Combat is awesome too. The whole pit idea that they have, I think it's the best arena for combat sports. I love it.
you think it would work with MMA?
I think so. Yes, I actually like it a lot. I don't know. Do you prefer that over the cage? Or the ring?
I like it because you can see better.
Yeah.
It makes the floor seats much better.
It feels, I think that it looks better, and I think it looks a little more realistic too to me. So I'm loving it. And
But I do like the aesthetic of the cage. It's kind of gladiatorial.
Yeah, getting locked in the cage. There's like a mental aspect to that, right? This is
like something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah. We're both going in, only one of us comes out. Yeah.
This is a little bit aesthetically too clean, but as far as watching it, it is nice to watch without the cage there.
It's very good. Do you know? Because I don't know a lot about her. Is this her first fight in the Karate Combat?
You know, I don't know either.
Man, that'd be awesome. I know Karate Combat does work closely, obviously, like with a bunch of the UFC fighters and all that. I've worked with Karate Combat a lot. I might actually be fighting in Karate Combat. I've had a few offers.
Oh wow!
So we'll see what happens. I gotta get training because I may have a fight coming up in December on Misfits, and then from there I'd like to do a couple other things. I'd love to do. I've only had boxing fights with Misfits with the whole KSI, Jake Paul, Logan Paul circuit. But man, I would love to do like a Karate Combat, a BKFC. Maybe a UFC fight. I'd love to do touch all the combat sports before I get out of here. I got a few good years of prime time left.
Nice. Well, we got what else do we have? Okay, it was kind of a Conor weekend.
Yeah, I saw so many. Every time I pull up Happy Punch, every time Conor's doing something ridiculous. So I don't know. I didn't watch this clip, but do you know if this is true?
Maybe that we should show this one later. Or I don't know. We'll just show it now.
Let's watch it.
Here we go. Let me get the audio going.
Conor McGregor's new opponent. He just announced it.
What's your message for Floyd? Conor, do we have a date for the comeback yet?
February 4th, Saudi Arabia.
Who's the opponent?
February 4th, Dan Hooker.
That's interesting.
Now, Dan Hooker was at the fight. So, Oscar Willis runs Mac Life, Conor's website, and he actually had his boxing debut.
You know who he fought?
Or not boxing, BKFC. Another MMA guy.
Ben
or
Davis.
Media.
You know
media
who Ben
guy.
Davis is?
I forget.
He's our guy from Happy Punch.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Ben Davis is our guy from Happy Punch.
Okay.
Ben the Bane Davis. He's super famous in that little internet crowd of MMA commentators. Bro, this kid is insane. He fought Anderson Silva's son on Misfits. He went and he fought in Karate Combat against a MMA striker guy. And then he went and he just did BKFC. This guy is
bare knuckle.
Doing
it. Crazy.
He just says yes to everything. We're like, you want to commentate? Yes. You want to fight bare knuckle? Yes. Yeah, it's crazy. So he felt bad. I was just talking to him a couple days ago, and he felt bad about losing. But you already know, knowing so many fighters and stuff, the amount of people that would ever get in there and just do bare knuckle against anybody is a small percentage of people. So congrats to
even a lot of MMA fighters wouldn't do it.
Of course not, right? It's scary.
And the main thing is I'm sure you watched it, but it was a very entertaining fight.
Yeah.
They were both bringing it. And kudos to both guys. It was, and Conor you could tell when Conor came in afterwards, he was super excited. And I mean, it's great publicity for Mac Life that his guy's in there, but it was a great fight.
It was fun. And you know what? Sometimes people think that just because these guys are influencers or whatever, that maybe they're going to go in there and maybe not be as good, which of course, there's different levels, but they think that, it's just a show or whatever. Those guys really got in there and they're fighting.
They were scrapping and they were showing heart. And Ben got knocked down at least 4 times. And he kept getting up.
Bro, if I'm in there, I get knocked down twice. Bare knuckle, you're going to hit me again in the eye? I'm just going to lay down.
Like with my wife, I'll pretend I'm sleeping.
For sure. Run me my check. I'm leaving. This hurts.
Wake me up in the morning.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I thought that was really fun. That was a good fight.
But Dan was in Oscar's corner.
Dan Hooker was in Oscar's corner?
So, yeah, I mean...
That's interesting. So, Conor McGregor has a thing called Mac Life that his main guy from the Mac Life outlet just fought in bare knuckle against my guy, Ben Davis from Happy Punch.
Yep.
And
Dan
Oscar's corner guy is Dan Hooker.
Yes.
And now Conor McGregor's going to fight him?
Yeah, I'm assuming because he was there in his corner, there must have been some sort of a conversation or something that went down.
Or altercation or something. I don't know.
Let's say an altercation.
Yes.
That would let's fabricate some news right now.
The rumor is that I've heard for myself is that Conor McGregor wanted to be Oscar's corner, and Oscar chose Dan Hooker over Conor to be his corner. That's the rumor that I heard.
And he said, "I'm not your bitch. Dan is my guy."
Oh, and now
That's
we got
what happened.
Conor
It's
McGregor
bad
versus
blood.
Dan Hooker. We got bad blood.
Bad blood.
McGregor versus Hooker, February 4th.
And I think Oscar said as he's changing the name of Mac Life to Oscar Life.
To the Dan Hooker life.
You heard it here
The
first.
Hooker life. Crazy. That's, I don't know, that could be about anything, really.
Sounds like a website I'd go to.
That's crazy. So, do you know how, is this a real announcement? Or do you think he's just kind of BSing? Because
Well,
obviously
he
Conor,
said it. I don't know. February 4th, Dan Hooker. But, yeah, I don't know.
So now we got Conor McGregor versus Dan Hooker, which honestly, I like the fight. I think that's a fun fight. I think that McGregor wins. I think that's a more winnable fight for him than the Chandler fight.
I mean, Dan's not going to take him to the ground.
Yeah.
So if they're going to stand up. It'll be an entertaining fight.
Stand and bang. We all like that.
You know what? I've been a little critical of Conor lately on the podcast, but I got to say after this weekend, Conor is really blossoming as the promoter.
Yeah.
I almost like him better as the promoter.
I think but that's why he got so popular too, right? I always, when people ask me stuff about like the best fighters, or when people say things to me like, this guy is not the best fighter, or this guy is, or whatever, I have to always remind people that I talk to, yeah, but at the end of the day, it's prize fighting, you know? And somebody can be the best in the world, and if they never fought in the UFC, it doesn't matter, right? Everybody knows McGregor because he's great at fighting, but also probably the best promoter that we've ever seen in combat sports, right? One of the best, for sure.
Yeah.
So if he can translate that out to just being straight up a promoter, man, I think that he's super entertaining.
Look at this stuff. I mean, look at that. That's just. I mean, look at he's busting through the seams here. I mean, he's truly having a good time.
And you know what? He's must watch. People can say whatever they want about him or about him not fighting, but if you see him on anywhere, you're gonna watch it.
And then he's like, "Come on, that's enough." him telling somebody that's enough.
Bro, that's great. I think honestly, he's gonna be around forever. Obviously, whether he fights or not. This is a great segue for him. I love seeing him doing this stuff, and it brings eyes. Whether you like him or not, you're gonna watch and see what he's doing. So I think this is a perfect role.
The best move BKFC ever made.
Oh,
I mean,
100%.
But look at this. When they were announcing the winner of this fight. This is just great here.
We're gonna do a bonus for this fight. We're gonna do a bonus.
No. Listen, what we're gonna do for these two gentlemen, as well as a bonus, is double the purse. Well done, gentlemen. These are getting double pay and bonuses. Thank you.
Wait, who is it?
Double pay and bonus. Dude, look at the look on his face here. It's like
is this coming out of my pocket or
I know.
yours?
He's like running the calculations. Is this coming out of your money or are we fucked?
Which sponsors are paying for this? What's going on here?
you could just see
The proper 12 sponsorship better come through for this one. So, did he clarify? Is he just literally doubling the bonus out of his own pocket, or is he like?
It didn't. He wasn't saying out of his own pocket, but it's happening.
Well, is that the main event,
I don't know if this was the main. Let me.
or was it just a great fight?
Oops.
Well done, gentlemen. These are getting double pay and bonuses. Thank you.
So I don't know if that means double bonuses too, but look at the fighters.
That's
They're
awesome.
Just like,
Look, I love their reactions too.
Yeah.
I love their reactions.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So good.
Dude, having a wild card like him around who does have the money and the pull to be able to do stuff like that,
Just on the hook, just like out of nowhere.
It's very very improv, right? Very yes and double bonuses. Like that's awesome. And to have a wild card like Conor promoting the fights like this, and promoting BKFC, being a part of an organization, brings the eyeballs, and then he does crazy stuff like this, because you already know I don't know about how you feel about this. Connor, I love you, great guy. But I have to say, I'm assuming he might have been a couple forged stouts deep, you know? Maybe, he shows up to the event, gets a couple of those in him, and then he starts giving people double bonuses.
Only an assumption.
These are allegations, just rumors that I heard. But yeah, I mean, I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it's just, I just love how he comes in. It's like, he is the ultimate carnival barker. He just
The ultimate carnival barker.
Yeah.
I've never heard this term before. It's like a salesman kind of.
Yeah,
okay.
like when he there's another video. Anyway, of him in the ring announcing the beginning of the fight, and it was just.
It's like very good.
It sounded very much like a carnival atmosphere.
Yeah.
Very circusy.
Bringing people in, but people love to see it, and that's like I just said. Like at the end of the day, this is prize fighting. It's an entertainment sport, and you need somebody entertaining to be there. And I think that Conor McGregor BKFC is entertaining, but the missing piece, Conor McGregor filling like in that more entertainment role of drawing in a crowd, perfect. Probably best thing they've ever done.
Yeah, best thing, and he's like just holding on. It's like he's the owner of BKFC's just holding on, like I'm on this ride. I don't know where it's going. And he's going. Should I hold up my arms like a roller coaster and enjoy this, or I'm just like gritting my teeth?
That's so funny. I didn't even think about that angle, but with this. You already know that he thinks he's like, wow, I'm just in for a ride now. Because who knows what Conor's going to do at the next one. For all I know, Conor McGregor might pop off his suit and hop in there and fight somebody at one of these. You know what I mean? Like, he's a wild card.
Oh, yeah. I could totally see that happening. No doubt about it. No doubt.
I saw that one, actually. I saw the bodybuilder versus the girl.
Yeah, Amanda Reba. She just, I mean, check this out. How much of this do you think this was full? I love that witchy thing. Dumps him.
Oh, his eye. Oh, look how big his eye is.
Wow.
Okay, so I think that, so you're going to ask me if I feel that they were going full force or whatever. I'm going to say this. So I just came from training. I did 1 hour wrestling, 1 hour jiu-jitsu, 1 hour boxing with some bodybuilder guys. That's where, because the Olympia was this weekend.
Right.
So I had some bodybuilders still in town that wanted to come train. And one of them was a boxing coach. So I was like, hey, if you come do jiu-jitsu with me, I'll do boxing with you. And that's what we did. And I have to say, I understand that there's a massive difference between a man of that size and a woman, even professional. And I train with a lot of like UFC fighters. I train with a lot of girls. I train with Jessica Andrade a lot. And I'm a higher level, so I can still feel that she's a girl. But the average guy, even if he's big like this, doesn't know how to move. Obviously, that's something that wouldn't happen if he had trained before. Do I think that either of them are going full force? No. But you'd be surprised at how much you can manipulate, like a random person off the street pretty much. And so this, to me, in an actual like real life fight, she's going to beat him up. It just is.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
A real life fight.
A real life fight, she beats him up. Because you know why? Because he's going to hesitate on things that she won't. And I think that that's a big deal. Do I think that he can grab her and toss her on her head? Yes. But I think that he's going to hesitate in ways that she will not when she's striking him or doing something like that. And she's going to be able to choke a man that big or, at the very least, defend herself and get away. But somebody with zero training, yeah, that's what happens. You get tossed on your eyeball.
I don't think. I think if it's a real full on thing, I don't think she has a chance.
I know a 17-year-old girl that wants to train with you. Come down to the gym. We'll film it. I'm just gonna tell you. She's a little MMA fighter girl, purple belt. You come down.
But I'm saying a real full on fight.
Yeah,
I don't think so because of course he's not going to go in there and like life or death and punch a woman. That's just, you're not going to see that in the gym.
Yeah.
I mean, did you believe Dana White when he was talking up Ronda Rousey that Ronda Rousey could beat up Floyd Mayweather and beat up men?
I actually do think that she could probably beat up Floyd Mayweather because she's like bigger than him, but not like she's but a big untrained guy. I think that she actually would do well with a lot of them. Do I think that she's beating up fighters? No. Even low level fighters? No. But somebody with zero experience is gonna get kind of like confused and overwhelmed and get their neck choked. You know?
Right.
So I do think that there's a lot, and even that that was like playful, and he still got tossed on his eye like that. So I don't know. I wouldn't want to fight her.
Yeah, I think they were being playful, and once the momentum gets going, you know, and like you said, I don't think either one of them were going full force.
Yeah.
And even when she threw him, it wasn't. But he didn't know how to fall.
That's the issue. You know what I mean? Like we all heard about the Bradley Martin Logan Paul fight. You heard about it or no? Oh, interesting. So Logan Paul and Bradley Martin had been going back and forth, and Bradley Martin is a big bodybuilder guy. Are you familiar with him? He's a big bodybuilder guy. He's a guy who always goes, I'm 260 pounds. Do you think you could beat me in a street fight? He says that to all the fighters that he has on his podcast.
Okay.
And so Logan Paul and him went, and I'm friends with both these guys. They went and they did it off camera, signed waivers, all that stuff. I was just talking to Logan and all his guys, and what had happened was they went to fight. Logan's about 200 pounds, 6'2". Bradley's 6'4", 260. They fought. I think that Logan jabbed him. Bradley shot in, pushed him against the wall, tried to pick him up to slam him. Couldn't. Logan based out, went around, picked him up and kind of, not a suplex, but like lifted him and tossed him on his back, and then got on top of him. Bradley turned over, and Logan punched him in the back of the head until Bradley tapped out. But that's an untrained guy versus a semi-trained guy in Logan Paul. So I think that a lot of these guys, even with the size and like the size does not make you
Because
able to move.
it would only take one punch from him.
Yeah,
to
but I don't
send
think
her
he'll
into
ever
the
hit her
outer
with
world.
one punch. You know what I mean?
You don't think he wouldn't be able to hit her?
I don't think that he'd be able to hit her. I think that he could overwhelm her with strength and like bear hug her to death. But I think that she would be capable. I think that honestly, realistically, she would get to his neck, and then it would be a fight between him slamming her on the ground or her choking him unconscious. I think that's probably about how that would go. You know, but he would have to like have her on his back.
The problem with this scenario, speculation is that you're never going to see it unless they sanction a real fight.
Right.
Because when you're going to the gym and do this, nobody's going to go full force. He's not going to go and try to hurt a
Unless you
woman.
roll with me. I go full force all the time, 100% of the time. Come to my gym.
Even with the punches?
Yes, even with the small children.
Okay, what do we have next?
That's a good discussion, though, for the comments. Do you think that an untrained 260-pound man can beat up a professional woman athlete that's 150, probably, right? What did she fight at, 125, 135?
Yeah, so like...
Somewhere in there. So she's walking around 150. She's kind of jacked.
Well, and we got to define a man nowadays.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
she
true.
beats up.
Okay, let's say generation, a millennial...
all the millennial men get beat up. Every single
Yeah.
millennial man gets beat up.
I'd say Generation X and higher,
Okay,
they lose.
Those guys are tougher. That's fair. You're right. You've got to have very specific standards on this. Because Gen Z, dead. Dead for sure.
Yeah, they wouldn't even get off the couch.
No chance. They'll cancel you on TikTok. Like, why would you fight me like this?
Now, have you had a bad breakup with a woman before?
I've had breakups. I don't know if I've ever had a bad one. I mean, they all suck, but none of them have been like drag out fights or anything.
Like, yeah. I mean, I've had bad where I like lost weight. I was sad, but like not one where the person actually hated my guts.
Yeah, I've never had that.
Well, Does
she hate somebody's guts?
This is Dmitry Bivol's wife.
Is he that boxer guy?
Yeah, he boxed this
Okay.
weekend. And
this is his wife?
This is his ex-wife.
Oh, ex-wife, okay. Let's see
His
this.
ex-wife watching the fight.
Артур, да! Потому что
как
карма настигла Бивола. Иди к своей нормалихе! Я была права! Ну что, ребята? Ну что? Карма настигла своего засранца. Артур,
She's on a
я рада
podcast?
за тебя. Вперед. Теперь мое дело в суде.
Now my fight is in court.
Okay, well, I'm going to say a couple things without context. This is the only context I have. One, I would not wish this on my worst enemy. This seems terrible. Okay? I feel really distraught. 2, we don't know really what happened or why they divorced, right? Do we know? I'm not sure. But what I do know is this seems petty. This seems a little bit petty.
Well, to record it. It's one thing in your private.
Yeah.
But then to record it and put it out there, you know, it was obviously planned.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess I don't know. Maybe this guy was like, what did he do? He cheated on her, got another girl pregnant, or something crazy. I'm not sure.
No idea.
No idea.
We could like maybe
let's
start.
I heard a
something.
rumor.
What's the rumor? Should we start on this?
The rumor is his cousin. What? No, I
know.
I don't. These are allegations.
The rumor is that he had an affair with Tim Waltz. You've heard about the Tim Waltz thing.
I have. I saw the video actually.
When he was in high school, Tim Waltz was his teacher, and then he decided when he got famous.
These are just rumors.
I'm not saying it's true. It's just a rumor,
and we don't even know what they did. Perhaps
it's just
who
a rumor
knows?
we started without any proof of anything.
Zero proof. I don't know, man. I feel that if I was an ex-wife, I would want to be a little bit better than this. But depending on what happened, I could understand why somebody would be emotional. Especially, is she Brazilian? What is she? She's some type of.
I don't know.
She's some type of.
She's blonde.
She's blonde and she's some type of foreign. And I gotta say, if she's some type of Brazilian or Hispanic,
what is it about the Brazilian women?
They're fiery.
Oh, okay.
They're fiery. Latinas, fiery.
So they'll
get you.
Bad breakups. You don't want to break up with a Latino woman.
You have to just stay married to them.
Is
forever.
it Latina or Latinx?
I think it's pronounced Latinx.
Latinx.
Okay. Nobody even said it. It's Latina.
Yeah, so
that sucks. So I would hate if I came home and I just got beat up and then I saw this. I'd be like, oh.
And I would be maybe more concerned about now my fight is in court.
Yeah, what is up with that?
She throws that at the very end. It's like, ooh.
Yeah, that's
And not only did you lose half your purse for losing,
now you're
going to lose another half to me.
Oh, that sucks. 4.8 million views? What is this on?
Where
Happy
have
Punch?
you been? Yeah, this is Happy Punch.
Wow, we're doing great. This is good. Good for us.
Good views. Okay, here we go.
All right, we're back in. We're back in, boys.
Oh.
What is this?
This. Who does that look like?
Is this?
Yes, it is. The cowboy. Cowboy Cerrone.
Back and get 2 more fights. When I retired, told you I was getting my hair done and getting on steroids. So number 50, been sitting on my mind for a while. So I went over Transcend the last 2 years, taking GRT, a bunch of peptides. Now we got a protocol for all you people like, oh, what if things get on and you can't ever come off? Well, I now have to come off and piss clean. Fight in a few months. So watch this.
So he wants to hit 50. He said 2 more fights?
Bro, I'm genuinely very excited to see Cowboy Cerrone back. I love Cowboy. And I think we all do.
Oh, yeah, nobody doesn't like Cowboy. And I love how he was just up front like, yeah, I've been taking steroids and I don't know if peptides are illegal.
I'm not entirely sure.
I don't think peptides are against what's going on.
I think that's the best way to handle it.
But yeah, he's just up front and said, I'm going to be off and piss clean and then fight in a couple months.
That's honestly, to me, that's the best way to handle it. Cowboy Cerrone coming back to the UFC after being on steroids for 2 years and just going, yeah, I'm on steroids. I'm coming back. I'm going to pee clean. I'm going to come back in there and fight you. I hope he owns up to it more. And he's even like, if he wins, I hope he's like, I'm even stronger now because I took all the steroids. Because people are going to talk about it no matter what, you know?
Yeah.
So I love the upfront transparency instead of being like, you're just never going to win with the people. Either way.
Yeah.
So I think the best thing to do instead of hiding it or trying to brush it on, it's not going to ever get swept under the cover, right? Under the rug. So that's perfect. I love that. And I'm excited.
And do you think, I mean, if you've been on it and you get off of it for a couple months, you're still going to have some residual benefits from it.
Of course.
It's like these guys that say they're now women and it's like they've had testosterone and been a man their whole life, still are. And it's like, oh, just because I start taking a hormone blocker, Like my bones aren't going to be as stronger and all these other benefits of being a man for years.
Right, like he's definitely gonna still. I mean, there's no way if you do steroids, the muscle mass increase and all this stuff that happens from that, and think of the amount of training that he was able to do with that. That stuff doesn't just disappear. Even if you say that it goes all the way back to normal, like the knowledge that he got from being able to train maybe twice, 3 times as much. That knowledge stays. He's able to utilize that, which is still unfair, you know?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I don't know, but for me, if he can peak clean and come back, I'd love that. I wonder who he fights, or he's probably going to fight 170s, I imagine, because he's big as heck.
Yeah, I don't see him fighting 155.
It has to be 170s, right?
Yeah.
Who would he fight at 170? Do you have anybody in mind that you think he would fight? Oh,
I'd like to see Mr. America versus Mr. America. Colby Covington.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, see who is Trump's favorite fighter?
I was going to go with somebody also related in the Trump circle and also somebody who's related in the Colby Covington circle. I was going to say, I'd love to see a little brawl between him and Jorge Masvidal.
Jorge the comeback king.
That might
the
be
comeback
fun.
fight. I like
And
that
they're both
even
legends.
I like that even better.
That's pretty fun.
Two comebacks.
Yeah, 2 comebacks, 2 legends. That would be cool. And you know that like he'll stand and make it an exciting fight, and that's what Jorge wants. So that would be fun.
Yeah, this is exciting. Glad to see it.
Welcome back,
See it
Cowboy
happening.
Cerrone. We love it.
And keep the hair.
Oh yeah, he's beautiful now.
Yeah, the hair looks good. All right, where are we going?
What we got next? We got Okay, I'm gonna read this, guys. I'm just gonna read this out loud. Perry Punch, what are you guys taking our Happy Punch name? What's going on here? All right, I haven't read this yet. I'm going to preface it with this. Mike Perry, one of my good friends. I walked him out to one of the BKFCs.
Oh, really?
He loves my dad. So basically, backstory on me and Mike Perry, 20-second spiel. My dad was at a convention for floors, carpets and stuff. My dad does massage. He's working at a booth doing massage, and he calls me. He goes, "Hey, Pat, some guy named Mike Perry is here. He's like says he's a UFC fighter, and I guess his girlfriend at the time was like running one of the booths there. And he's like, did you want to come down and meet him? He's just been hanging out at my massage booth all day and just getting massages from everybody." I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll come down." I go down, and Mike Perry's just like, it's the most boring convention you've ever seen in your life. All floors, boring stuff. I saw one guy run up and take a picture with a man, and then I was like, "Why do you take a picture with that guy?" And he goes, "Oh, he actually invented micro antibacterial flooring." I was like, "So he's famous for that?" It's like the weirdest celebrity circle I've ever seen.
Micro antibacterial flooring.
I was like, what? So Mike Perry just hung out with us all day long. And then the convention lasted like 3 days, so he came back and kept seeing us throughout the weekend. And so every time I see him, loves my dad. Honestly, Mike Perry, great guy. Love him. With that being said, let me look at this police report. God. Would I expect anything different? Breaking. UFC vet and BKFC star Mike Perry was arrested by police in Clermont, Florida at 1 a.m. on October 12th for driving under the influence of alcohol, eyeball emoji, beer emoji. He was booked and charged for the violations at 4:36 a.m. and was released at 9:41 a.m. after posting a $1,500 bond. As you can see here, this is all the stuff, refusing to sign a citation, driving under the influence, 10, 12, 24. Honestly, a good picture. He looks good, handsome, as per usual.
He does look good. And I respect he refused to sign the citation.
Good.
You know, I'm not drunk. This is not drunk. This is baseline.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you function in life.
I know a lot of people who drive good after a few beers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just a bad driver. It has nothing to do with any alcohol that may or may not be in my system.
Well, I will say this sucks to see. I hope that, I hope a couple things. I hope that everything gets cleared up. I also hope that he doesn't do this because he has a family and kids. You know, Mike Perry, I love you, bro. And I'm glad that nobody was hurt. I'm glad that everybody's okay. And hopefully this is a good lesson for him where he goes, I don't want to do that again, you know? So, but that's crazy. I just found out about this. Obviously, it just happened 2 days ago. So
yeah, this was 5
hours ago.
5 hours ago.
2 days ago, 5 hours ago. Perry Punch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was booked on the 12th.
Well,
yeah.
You're here first. Mike Perry got arrested. Color me shocked that the most maniac man in the UFC combat sports got arrested at some point. Hopefully he learns from it. I'm glad everybody's okay. See you soon, Mike.
Yeah, I think that's yeah, I think
Oh, let's go to the Happy Punch page real quick.
Oh yeah.
This is good. We could add this in. So if you guys haven't seen, this is what I'm more closely related to. This is the Happy Punch Instagram. Conor McGregor just called out KSI. We'll put the video on screen, but KSI, my friend JJ, KSI, as you know him on the internet, released a song which has been going viral for being absolute trash. JJ, I love this song personally. I play it on repeat all the time. I'm just saying what the internet says. The internet's very upset with him. Conor McGregor at the BKFC did an interview, and they asked him if he would ever fight. We had Beal from Misfits do the interview, and we asked him if he would ever fight anybody in the influencer community. He doesn't want to fight Jake Paul. He doesn't want to fight Logan Paul. He wants to fight KSI, and he said he would fight him for that song alone. He said that song was so terrible, I'll fight him for that song alone. I honestly, you may not realize this, but KSI is the biggest name in the UK. So KSI is a bigger name than Jake Paul is in America. So KSI in the UK is bigger over there than Jake Paul is here.
Wow.
If that makes sense. So KSI can sell out a 30,000 person arena by himself. So imagine him versus Conor McGregor. They could do a 70,000 person stadium. They could do Manchester Stadium. Conor McGregor versus KSI can do a 70,000 person stadium in the UK easily. The two biggest names in the UK, for sure. So
that's the real reason. It's not about a song. It's so close to Ireland and
it
the
just makes
fan
sense.
base. Yeah, he could really. You think he could fill a stadium?
100%. McGregor, for sure, McGregor believes KSI is more popular than he believes Jake Paul is because McGregor's from over there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So think about that, right? So that's crazy. And KSI had a response, which we'll also put on the screen. But KSI replied and said, I don't think the videos are playing right now, but we'll add it. We'll add an overlay. KSI replied, and he goes, he's an embarrassment to his wife, his kids, the whole of Ireland. It's a disgrace. He wants to fight him. So this is just going to build up. I could definitely see these guys fighting. I think that this is a fight on the level of any other of these massive events. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather, KSI versus McGregor is on the same level. This is going to be massive. It sells out a stadium. Manchester Stadium, they could do that easy.
I never would have known.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard of KSI before.
Yeah.
But I always thought he was like the B team of the Paul brothers.
Right. And over there, they think that Logan Paul is the B team of KSI. It's crazy. So, yeah, I guess that's all the news that we got today.
Hey. Oh, and so upcoming, what do you think? Francis Ngannou is going to have his first MMA match of PFL this weekend in a couple of days.
Against that giant guy.
Yeah.
I think that Francis Ngannou, that guy's good and he's big. He's like super heavyweight, right? Why is he so big? Is he way bigger than Francis,
he has
right?
one of those thyroid?
Pituitary. Yeah, like
issues?
acromegaly, giantism, something like that. My dad has acromegaly, the pituitary thing.
Really?
Yeah, he got it removed because he was having like heart attacks constantly. But that's why you met him. His hands are all
His
big
hands are big.
Yeah.
I just thought that was because he was always doing the massage. I noticed that he has meaty hands.
Yeah, it's from the acromegaly. He's
Really?
actually like half the size that he used to be. His
Really?
height shrunk. No, I'm just kidding about that part. But he used to be.
You can say anything. He's not here.
Yeah, I really could. He used to be 6'8". No, but he used to be like 260 all the time. Now he's probably about 200 pounds. His forearms and his hands used to be, honestly, I'm not joking. I would say double the size, but that's crazy. But at least like 35% bigger. Like all of him was like just really thick. You go to the gym, bench press 500 pounds. It's all from that tumor on your pituitary gland pumps out HGH.
So why did he get rid of it?
It causes all your
heart.
muscles to grow. So he was starting to have a lot of heart problems. Yeah, so he was like a real life Superman. It was crazy.
Wow. So how long ago did he do that?
Like 12 years ago, something like that. But yeah, as far as the fight is concerned, I think that Francis Ngannou is going to take it. He's had so much experience and he's coming off a lot of high points, especially with the wins. The wins as far as like being able to do all the stuff that people told him he couldn't do, right? And I think even with the loss, he still is doing things that people told him was impossible. And when you have a confidence like that, I think he's going to come in. He's fought some of the greatest guys. He's done some amazing stuff in combat sports. I think that he's going to come in and win it. That's what I think.
Do you think he's wasting his talent by not being in the UFC. As far as MMA goes, I think boxing, good move. But MMA, it's like...
It's tough. It's tough to say. You know, maybe he does a PFL thing for a while and then goes back and fights in the UFC. I'm not sure, but I do know that he's already so dominant that it's hard to say anything other than like he's one of the GOATs, right? And then to come over and do all the other stuff, it's almost like he's almost side questing and just completing everything now. He's 100%ing the game, you know. So I don't think that he's wasting his talent. I think there's a lot of good guys in the PFL, and I think this is gonna be a great fight. But yeah, I definitely would like to see at some point maybe maybe a super fight between PFL versus UFC, maybe him versus Tom Aspinall or the John Jones fight finally would happen at some point if they could ever figure something out. I know it's probably impossible.
They'll never do
amazing.
a co-branded.
That would be so cool. For the people, guys, for the people.
Well, did you see Dana, it was about a week or two ago, it came up about Francis Ngannou, and he said, and Hunter was there, he said Hunter offered him everything. Dana said that they offered him, he would have made, I think he said he would have made more money if he would have stayed and fought. That's what Dana said.
Interesting.
So,
well, I definitely believe 100% of what Dana says.
There we go.
And there it is. Thank you guys for joining us on the MMA Weekly Podcast. New episodes once a week, probably.
Every week.
Every week. Thank you guys for having us. Please like and subscribe and follow me on socials at Happy Bunch. Boom, boom, boom.
All right.
Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back, my stomach might smoke bed heavy. Got a whole agenda, can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got $1 flip through.